So you have booked your train tickets. Great. But now comes the part that makes many first-time travelers nervous. How do you actually catch a train in China? Do you need to print anything? Do you use your passport? How early should you arrive? What happens when the train station is huge? And how do you know where to go and when everything feels fast, crowded, and unfamiliar? Because this is where so many travelers start to panic. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens on a train day in China, from arriving at the train station to security, boarding, passport checks, departure boards, waiting areas, boarding gates, and finally getting on the train without losing your mind. Alright explorers, time to projecting. For those who are new here, my name is Lee, and this channel is all about helping you to travel to China with less frictions. So consider subscribing if you do not want to miss out the latest information regarding China travel. In the previous episode, we talked about how to book train tickets in China as a foreigner, including the difference between 12306 and Trip.com, whether you need a Chinese number, and how your passport works with the booking system. If you haven't watched that video yet, I have linked it right here, so make sure you check it out. But today, we are going to talk about the next challenge. What is the train day in China actually like? Let's go step by step. What you need to bring. Let's make this simple. On a train day, the most important thing you need to have is your passport. That is the key item, because for foreign travelers, your train booking is linked to your passport identity. Whether you booked through Trip.com or 12306, what matters most is that you bring the same passport you used when making the booking. So what should you have with you? Your passport, your booking confirmation on your phone, and ideally a screenshot showing your train number, departure time, train station, carriage, and seat numbers. Even if you do not end up needing to show everything, having these details ready makes the whole process much easier. And if your data stops working, your app loads slowly, or you are under pressure, that screenshot can save you a lot of stress. So save the details before you leave. Arrive earlier than you think. If there's one thing that will reduce your stress immediately, it is this. Do not arrive at the last minute. This is probably the biggest mistake first-time visitors make. They assume that because it's a train, they can show up 10 or 15 minutes before departure. This is very risky in China, because before you even get near to the train, you may need to line up at the correct station entrance, go through security, show your passport, check the departure board, find the correct waiting area, and then wait for the boarding to begin. And because many railway stations in China are large and crowded, if you enter through the wrong side or get stuck in a queue, all of that can take longer than expected. So for most foreign travelers, I would suggest arriving at least 45 minutes before departure. If it is your first time, a major station, or a busy holiday period, 6 minutes early is even better. That extra time is not wasted time, it is peace of mind. Make sure you go to the correct station. Before you even think about platform or boarding procedures, make sure you are going to the correct station. This sounds obvious, but it catches a lot of people. Because in China, one city may have multiple railway stations. For example, Shanghai Railway Station, Shanghai Hongqiao, Shanghai South, Beijing South, Beijing West, Guangzhou South, Shenzhen North, and so on. These are not little side stations. They can be far apart from each other. So if your booking says one station and you accidentally go to another, this is not only a small mistake that can completely destroy your timing. So before you leave your hotel, always double check the exact station name, the departure time, and how long it takes to get there. Do not just look at the city name, look at the full station name, because I'm going to the train station is not precise enough in China. You need to know exactly which one. Entering the station. Now let's talk about the actual flow. When you arrive at the station, the first step is usually entering the station building. And this is where many travelers realize immediately the process is more controlled than they expected. At many stations, there is an entry checkpoint before you even go inside. You may need to line up, go through security screening, and having your luggage scanned. So yes, think of it more like an airport light, not just a casual open platform. This is another reason why arriving early matters, because even before boarding starts, there is already a process. Once you are inside, your next job is not to run around randomly. It is to find your train information clearly. This is where travelers often feel overwhelmed, because there may be large screens, waiting zones, gates, crowds all around. So instead of trying understanding everything at once, focus only on a few things. Your train number, your train departure time, your station, your gate or waiting area, and later your train carriage and seat number. At large train stations, there's usually a departure screen showing train details in both English and Chinese. Use that to locate your platform and the waiting area. Once you find the right waiting area, the next step is usually to wait until boarding opens. In many cases, you do not go straight to the platform far in advance. Instead, you're waiting at the designated area, and when boarding opens, passengers are then allowed to go through the gate. This is why checking the gate matters, because the gate is the bridge between the waiting area and the actual platform access. So once you are there, do not wander off too far. Stay close enough that you can notice when the line starts moving. And do not panic if it feels busy. Chinese stations are designed to move large numbers of people in an organized way. So even if it looks intense, the flow is usually structured. What matters is that you are in the correct place before boarding starts. Once boarding begins, usually around 15 minutes before departure, this is the part where you want to stay focused but calm. As a foreign travelers, you should generally line up at a manual lane because staff may need to check your passport manually or visually. So do not panic if you see locals moving quickly through the automated gates while your process takes much longer. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It usually means your ID document is different. Now, if you want to make things quicker, you can go to the ticket desk earlier, complete passport verification, and exchange for a paper ticket. With a paper ticket, you may be able to scan through the boarding gates more easily, but this is not mandatory. First, you have to spend time queuing at the ticket desk. Second, even with a paper ticket, your ID may still be checked randomly at the boarding gate. So for most travelers, the simplest approach is stay calm, keep your passport ready, and follow the staff instructions. After you passes the gate, heading down towards the platform, at this point, you should already know your train number, carriage number, and seat number. Because once you reach the platform, things may move quickly. Normally, the carriage number are printed on the ground, so locate your carriage and board accordingly. And one very important point, the gate to the platform usually closes 3 minutes before departure, so do not cut it too close. Arrive early, not last minute. Once you get inside the train, the rest is usually straightforward. Find your seat, store your luggage, sit down, breathe, and enjoy the ride. What about luggages? Luggage is another thing that makes travelers nervous, especially if they are carrying large suitcases. The good news is that the train travel in China is generally very manageable for normal travel luggage. On the train, there are overhead luggage racks and designated storage areas for large bags. But please note the space is limited, and those areas can fill up quickly. So the important thing is that do not bring ridiculous amount of baggage if you can avoid it. Because the bigger issue is not whether the train can technically take your luggage, it's whether you can move comfortably through the train station, security, waiting areas, and boarding process without turning yourself into a stress-out obstacles. So if you are doing a multi-city trip in China, pack with train travel in mind. Bring luggage that you can actually handle. What if you are late or feel lost? Now, let's be honest, sometimes even prepared travelers can still feel lost. Maybe the train station is bigger than expected, maybe traffic delays you, maybe the app was not clear, maybe you entered the train station from the wrong side. If that happens, do not waste time panicking. Do not stand there getting more and more frustrated. Move with purpose. Check your train number, check the departure time, check the station name again. If needed, show your booking and passport to staff. If you miss your train, go to the train ticket counter. If there is availability on the next available train, you may be able to get rebooked. Catching a train in China may look overwhelming at first, but once you understand the flow, it becomes much easier. Bring your passport, save your train details, arrive early, go to the correct station, follow the signs, find the right gate, and stay calm. Once you know the sequence, the system feels less intimidating. If this video has helped you, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and don't forget to check out my free pre-trip guide, link in the description box down below. Project out for today. I'll see you in the next one.